I like how I'm filming a tidy house video with all this mess in the background. Hi guys! These are my 8 tips to keeping a tidy house with kids.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure.
Tip number 1 is to declutter. Yes, you gotta do the KonMari. You gotta KonMari that. But you don't have to KonMari in the way that you usually think of KonMariing, and like you have to take everything out of your closet all at one time and do it all at once. No, you don't have to do it that way. You can do it just a little bit at a time and kind of just go through your day like thinking, what do I need? What do I not need? Do I really need this? And if you don't need it, you can keep a box like in your closet or by your door or something that's like a donation box. And you can just throw things in it a little bit at a time and slowly declutter your house. You don't have to go KonMari crazy. It's very satisfying to go KonMari crazy and like do it all at once. And for some spaces, you might want to do it that way, but you don't have to. Tip number 2 is to use bins. You can never have enough bins. So bins can get expensive, especially if you try and buy them on like Amazon or something. You definitely need to go to the dollar store to buy bins. If you don't want to spend any money on bins, another little hack that I've used is to take my Amazon boxes and kind of cut the top off and use those as little like storage bins inside my drawers. And I'll put a clip in that kind of shows you what I'm talking about there. But yeah, just compartmentalizing things and having things be separate within a drawer or within a cabinet really helps me to stay organized and keep things where they need to be. Tip number 3 is to use the one-touch rule. So just think about when you're coming in the house and you take off your shoes, instead of just kicking them off and leaving them on the floor, just take that extra second to put them away where they're meant to go. That way you're being kind to your future self, which is the next one, but they kind of go hand in hand. You're thinking about your future self, right? Because let's be real, as moms, no one cleans up after us anymore. We clean up after ourselves. So you're being kind to your future self by using the one-touch rule. So you put your shoes away right away, or instead of like taking that dirty dish and putting it on the counter next to the sink or leaving it in the sink, you rinse it off and you put it straight into the dishwasher. It's the one-touch rule, and if you can keep it in your mind, then it really helps to keep a tidy house. So that was number 4 as well, be kind to your future self. So if there's something that you know needs to get done and you're kind of putting it off, if you can just do it at that moment when you have time to do it. Like there's certain things that I just put off, like putting new batteries in kid toys. I don't know why, they sit on my counter and I just let them sit there when I could just do it. So be kind to your future self, get stuff done when you have the moment to get it done, so that later on when you're busy and you end up needing that toy or whatever, you'll have it and you'll be like, oh, thank you. Another example would be like refilling the soap dispenser. You know you can get a tiny bit left out of it and you could just, I'll fill it later, but if you just fill it at that moment, then later on you're gonna thank yourself. Tip number 5 is to keep your surfaces clear. So my house looks pretty tidy, but if you open up drawers or closets and stuff, some of my closets are a hot mess. I have baby stuff that I'm keeping. I have I try to keep a tidy house, but my closets and my drawers and stuff, they're not as tidy as they could be. But my house looks tidy because the surfaces don't have a lot of stuff on them. So use the rule of like per surface having like, depending on how big the surface is, 2 to 3 items per surface. And you don't want to have more than that. If it's a smaller surface, you want to have less items. But just think about where you can put stuff away that's hiding the clutter. So hiding the clutter, I guess, is this tip. Hide the clutter. Tip number 6 is to have like routines and like, I don't know what I call it, systems, routines and systems. I don't feel like I'm very good at this, but there are just a few that are really helpful to me, so I'm gonna share them with you. One is to run the dishwasher every night and like clean the kitchen fully, have it be like fresh for the morning every single night. And this is, again, being kind to your future self, like being kind to your morning self that's like not ready to deal with any type of mess. So running the dishwasher every night, I unload it every single morning, usually first thing in the morning. And that way, throughout the day, you don't get this like backload of dishes. You can put things straight into the dishwasher and instead of letting them pile up. Oh, another system is like laundry. I don't have as strict of a system for laundry, but I try to make sure I do at least one load of laundry a day. Some people have like a laundry day and they do all of it at once. I find that that's just really overwhelming and I don't want to do laundry all day long. So I just do one load a day and I try and wash it and dry it throughout the day, and then I'll usually fold it in the afternoon, evening time. And that just keeps the laundry from getting out of hand. Tip number 7 is to have designated areas for things. Like the keys have a little bowl that we put the keys in, and that's where they go, and we know that's where they go. Nothing else goes in that bowl. Our sunglasses hang on the end of this little basket. We have a lint roller just in case on the way out the door. Things having designated spots so that you know where to put them away. Like especially with the kids' toys. If things are organized and they each have their own spot, the kids even will know exactly where they're supposed to go, and that just helps everyone. The kids can actually contribute and put their toys in the proper place instead of just throwing them wherever. And I'm still working on this. Like there's a lot of stuff in my house that does not have a designated spot, and I've noticed that those are the things that just make up the clutter of my house. Last tip, this is my final tip, you guys, and then I'll leave you alone. Tip number 8 is to get help. Create like a help schedule thing. So what we do is at the end of the day before bed, we'll do a 10-minute tidy up where we set a timer and the kids help and we all tidy up together. Sometimes this is a battle, I'm not gonna lie, and we have to like make them help and get them going, but the more we do it consistently, the more they like click in and they start helping and cleaning up, you know, on their own-ish, as much as a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old can. But we do the 10-minute tidy, and then we also have a chore. So each person will have a chore that they do right after the 10-minute tidy, and it's just getting the kids used to being a part of the household chores. I'm hoping like later on it'll be a little more like they actually are helpful, because right now they're just going through the motions. It also keeps me on track because I have a chore. So like vacuuming or mopping becomes part of that time, and there's like this designated time where we're all cleaning together. So it makes it like an okay time for me to do that, if that makes sense. You guys, those are my, I think it was my 8 tips for keeping a tidy house as a mom, a busy mom of two crazy boys. And I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you like content like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.